All right, so our lab for this time is called Weatherpics, right? And Weatherpics are just simply pictures of extreme weather, right? So what we've got here is you can see, so we got some tornadoes and hurricanes and floods and I guess another tornado, a whole bunch of stuff here, and these guys are in our client as well. The way that this is set up is that if I click on these guys, they show a caption and they show our URL, but it should be able to drill down and show the image. So I've got the demo of that all set up here. So I've got it running on my device, and I'm going to pull up the Forge here, and I'm going to go from movie quotes over to Weatherpics. So it's pretty easy to switch from one to the other. So you probably saw that I had a whole bunch of them there, but that's a quick way once you have multiple Firebases. And I also want to grab, so I have a web client for this as well that you're welcome to download when you're doing your testing in the lab. Okay, so here they are. Let's demo a few things. So let's first of all click on one of these guys. So if we do just a short press, then it should go into this and actually download the image at that URL. I probably should have gotten rid of the oh, and it looks like I actually forgot to update my icon again. I always forget that. All right. So let's see, what can I do if I do a short press on this? All right, so let's see, let's do this again. Short press will drill down into it. Let's see, what's one I want to change. So this is a flood. So this is like flood, and it looks like rescue workers here. So let's change the caption here. So I'm going to do a long press on this, and I can do flood and right, rescue workers. I didn't set up the text listener on this one right here, so it's not giving me instant updates, but when I click OK, then we can see that that's updating here in the Forge, and that it's updating on the web client as well. Right, so that's kind of neat. If I want to delete one of these, so let's go into maybe another tornado. If I want to delete this, then from this page, again, I do the long press, and you saw that I actually added in another button right here. There's different ways that we could have done this. We could have set up a floating context menu if we wanted to, for instance, but I just chose to add in, this is a neutral button here. So I just click delete on this guy, and we can see it go away from everywhere, right? So out of the Forge, out of the web client, right? And changes should go the other direction as well. So if I wanted to delete one of the tornadoes here, so I'm going to go to edit, and if I hit, do I really want to delete something? Let's just do an edit on this guy. So tornado again, right? And click edit. Then this guy changes here, changes in the Forge. Okay. So that's what we got. We got to show that all the things go all directions here. So if I want to really show this off, I want to show adding, editing, and removing from any direction, getting updated in the other. So show a deletion here, delete, okay, and I should add them as well. Okay. I don't really have any URLs handy to do that. Give me a second to come back and find that. All right, so I found one. I found a URL. So this right here, I'm going to say that this guy is crazy, and you'll see why in a second. Whoops, wrong place. So that's the URL. The caption is going to be crazy. Let's go ahead and add this guy. And wow, lightning and tornadoes all together. Can we see what that looks like over here? Yep, absolutely we can. Good. And of course we could go the other direction as well. So if I hit what should be the add button here, and I give it a caption, let's see, so I'll say new. Now I do have something here. Let's see, so I do have this on my clipboard. I should have it on my clipboard here. Paste this guy in. Yeah, there we go. Click OK, and it shows up here as a new one. There's actually something that I set up that if I don't give it any URL, then it's just going to grab a random one out of a short list that I gave you that you can feel free to populate with whatever you like. And again, they're purely so that you know, because it's a pain to type in long URLs into the Android device. Right. So what kind of stuff we got going on here? Primarily, the biggest thing, obviously, that we're looking for here is for you to get practice with Firebase, with being able to push things from your app up to the other clients, right? But also to listen to changes, to any changes made over here. We want to get reflected in our client, right? So doing the child event listener again. Okay. A couple things. You notice that in the detailed view we had some photos, so we're going to get some more practice downloading photos. And the other thing, just for fun, is that this setup right here, these guys are just fragments. So we have a fragment for a list, and we have a fragment in the detail view, and that'll kind of pull together a couple things that we've been learning about in class. All right. So that's what we got for you for this time. Lots of fun stuff. Quick summary. So Firebase, I hope you saw here that really in terms of the amount of code that you need to write, Firebase lets you do easy things very easily. And we'll look at some more complicated examples in later units. Not too bad here. And you know, like we said, this is very much cross-platform. So if you had the skills for doing these other ones, then you could create these clients, and it would all work out super. There's also a link here to their documentation that's worth mentioning. They have very good documentation. So here for Android, they give you a quick start. You'd actually find out that if you're to jump into like the guide and everything, that child event listeners aren't the only only way to go. That there are different listeners as well. There's a value event listener that you can add once, or you can add it to sort of always be listening to that. All right. And they each have different purposes. Okay. And I want to finish up with just giving some more credit where it's due. So our first work with Firebase actually wasn't that long ago, right? So Mike McDonald is a recent Rose alum, right? So you see here 2014. So he actually took the Android class a couple years ago, and going off doing wonderful things for Firebase, right? So he's been working there for a while now. And he returned to give a guest lecture in Android last year, and sort of introduced us to Firebase. This is before I had done a single thing with Firebase. You know, put together some examples and everything. Did really nice job in class. And we were so impressed that Firebase is now sort of integral. So we actually swapped in all the stuff that we were doing. We swapped in Firebase for the other cloud storage options that we were looking at. Firebase is much easier to use. Pretty nice, right? So I'm very impressed with Mike. He's done a great job. And I will say here that kind of, you know, put that out as a challenge to you, you know. So what are you going to do, right? I mean, with Mike, this is all stuff that he's learned within the last couple of years. What are you going to do in the next few years, right? Sky's the limit. Great stuff that he's done. Great stuff that Alex has done as well. So Alex is another recent Rose alum, also working at Firebase. So they've done some super stuff. So will you someday. All right. Talk to you later.